Have you ever kept a $2 bill? Well, stick around as John Bernardo takes us down his $2 bill rabbit hole and reveals just how rare they really are.
Of all the possible documentary topics, why $2 bill?
Because I had 11 of them in my drawer, my desk drawer. I got them when I was a kid. Every couple of years you'd stumble onto one, however you would stumble onto it. I'd put it in a box because I thought it was worth something. What am I going to do with these? I'm not going to spend them. I said, how about I make a documentary about them? And I had no intention of making the kind of movie that I made. I thought it was going to be a silly little 20-minute thing where gave some history and then went into 7-Eleven and tried to spend them. And then as I started researching it, and then I got invited to go film them being printed at the Bureau of Engraving and Printing. So there I was in Fort Worth filming with my camera, $2 bills coming off the machines. And it got legitimate fast, and then it became this big thing. But the idea was just for something funny and quirky, because that's kind of what I like. And the movie wasn't funny and quirky. It has its moments, but it just evolved. You start a project, you go down this journey, and you don't realize that the road's going to get wider. And just followed it and just didn't give up, just did it.
So, what would you say is the biggest misconception people have about $2 bills?
That they're rare. They're not.
Hmm.
The reason that people think they're rare is because they think they're rare and everybody thinks they're rare, so they don't spend them. And when you don't spend them, they don't see them. And when you don't see them, it furthers the belief that you think they're rare. There's 1.8 billion twos, and I think the number was like 2.7 billion tens. So there's not even two tens for every two out there, but nobody thinks the 10 is rare. And the 50, there's even less than tens. It's just that people have this conception from way back when that they are rare or valuable, like I did when I was a kid, put the 11 of them in a drawer, and it just feeds itself. People don't spend them, so we don't see them.
So, when you first started making this documentary, did anyone think it was a joke at first? I know that $2 bills are definitely not a common topic of documentaries, I assume.
No, nobody did. In fact, there are so many people in this world that are fascinated by them and love them and use them, and they all started coming out of the woodwork, supporting me on Kickstarter, donating money. People who have stories to tell about them that wanted to be in the movie, emailing me stories about them. So no, I don't think anybody. I mean, some people might have went like, "We were doing a movie about what?" And when I tell people to this day I made a documentary about twos, they look at me like, well, how'd you do that? Like, how was that 20 minutes long? I'm like, no, it's an hour and a half. They go, how'd you do an hour and a half? I'm like, you should see how I did an hour and a half. I had a really hard time getting it down to an hour and a half because I had so much good content. Uh, I think I'm thrilled that I'm the first person in the world that decided to do that because somebody needed to do it. There's a great story behind the bill.
Have you ever converted anyone into becoming a $2 person?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I see it on my YouTube channel all the time. People commenting that they're going to start using them. There's a whole thing with serial numbers on currency. If you find certain combinations of numbers, it increases the value. So then people will comment on my YouTube channel like, I'm going to start, getting more of them and looking at the serial numbers. Or, I didn't realize that it had this connection that if I use it, I could start conversations with people. So I'm going to start using them. So the answer is a resounding yes.
So, kind of moving to our conclusion, looking at your life, author, comedy creator, documentary maker, game show contestant, what do you think connects all of it?
Fun. Um, I mean, I have fun doing it. I'm very project driven, but everything is my way of enjoying what I get up and do in the morning. Really, if it's a documentary that I'm interested in doing, I get up, I can't wait to do it, thinking about it all the time. Comedy channel right now that I'm doing, I'm going to go right back to editing it when I finish with this podcast. I do it. So, uh, they're all passion projects. They're all things I want to be doing. If you can spend your life doing what you want, you never work a day in your life. So that's what connects them all. They were all things I wanted to do, and they were all creative outlets that I felt needed to be explored. So that's the easy answer.
What's one unique interest you would say everyone should explore?
If you love accounting and doing numbers, then God bless, go do it. If you like, I work for a healthcare company. It's just what I do. I edit videos for them. I mean, I care about healthcare, but I don't never think I'd be in the healthcare industry. But there are people there that like talk about things that they're doing and they're excited about it, like exciting about doing an email marketing campaign. And I'm like, How could anyone ever be excited about that? But you know what? If you're excited about email marketing campaigns, I can't criticize you at all. That's you. You got to find what you like. I don't know what you like. I guess the answer is if I gave you $20 million and said you can do whatever you want now, what are you going to do tomorrow? How are you spending your day to find joy? And it can't be shopping because then you're going to run out of money. It might be your podcast. You might decide to do three podcasts. I might decide to start doing more expensive and more elaborate videos so that I can tell better stories and be funnier, bigger sight gags.
Definitely is a great answer. I would say that everyone's interests are going to be different, so definitely makes sense for people to explore what matters to them specifically.
And that wraps up our series with John Bernardo. From finding humor through life's toughest moments to sadly realizing the truth about the seemingly rare $2 bill. His story is a reminder that sometimes the most unexpected interests can lead to the most meaningful experiences. Thank you for joining us, and this is the High Tea Podcast.